Hi Leo, it's so good to see you. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Chandler and this is your intuitive energy reading for this week. It is Fire Sign Tuesday and I'm excited to see you and be here with you. Your energy feels, I'm hearing complimentary. Okay, so complimentary. I was going to say well-rounded, hopeful, humble, open, peaceful. Okay, quiet maybe even. So let's take a look at what Leo is doing this week. Firstly, with my Sacred Geometry Oracle. For those of you who are new to my channel, I do post weekly every Tuesday. You may be able to find some new insights here. Of course, this is a general reading, so it's not going to be for everyone. But this may work for you if you have a Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus in the sign of Leo. Also, if you're a cross-watcher, checking in on a Leo love, I do get a lot of love messages, so feel free to switch up or reverse the roles if necessary, okay, to fit your storyline. Leo, we are in Leo season, and we have Delight, beautiful Leo. Okay, so Delight breaks down to a number 2. Right? And I did say, right as this came out, that I would get love messages. So, you know, this has been kind of the twin flame hub for a few weeks. I don't know why, but all these love couples, these divine unions and messages like that have been coming through my reading. So you could very well be in a coupling situation, and there could very well be a new beginning, right? Because this is very much a solar energy, okay? Very much a solar energy. And before we end this reading, I do want to go over the astrology of the week because we have such amazing astrology to work with this week, Leo. We have a new moon in your sign. So this is going to be a really beautiful new energetic cycle for us all, but especially for you, Leo. Okay, it's going to be a new direction. And as much as it is pursuing the path that you've been contemplating, it's also sort of completing a cycle that has been maybe ongoing for at least 2 years. So it's a long period of time that we're looking at. And the delight really comes from realizing that you can now break through those self-imposed limitations. You're breaking barriers, and that feels really good. Okay, so that I think is something to delight in. The frequency of delight supports our capacity to create and experience feelings of intense joy and happiness. The more delight we feel, the more delight we evoke in others. Let's see if there's anything else for Leo in this deck. Anything else for Leo? Spirit, show me what I need to see. I'm seeing flowers. Yeah, I'm seeing like rolling hills of flowers. So very peaceful, but very alive, very spontaneous, very delightful energy. Emergence. So Leo, you are going to emerge in a very different way very soon. Okay, these fruits of your labor with this new moon are quite literally almost ripe. Okay, the challenging aspects I've been telling everyone are mostly centered around your patience, resilience, and flow of a situation. So really, it depends on how much delight that you can have as to how quickly or how easily this emergence blossoms. And if I weren't like reading this word, I would say this looks exactly like a flower. Okay, so I'm really getting this strong like blossoming effect for you guys. And it's going to be a natural process. It's not going to be something you have to try. It's not going to be something you have to prove. It's not going to be something that you have to crank open, right? We're looking at emergence and delight being very natural energies to you. Ripening of these fruits of your labor. So with this comes to mind the energetic cycle of the eclipses that we're in for at least the next 3 months and maybe even up to 6 months, being December, that which really starts an entirely brand new cycle completely, is the Cancer and Capricorn energies in the eclipse energies. Okay, so that's going to be centered around authority versus agency, comfort zones versus destiny, and upbringing versus evolved self. Okay, so as we enter this new cycle, we have an ideal energy despite any challenging aspects. So though you may feel challenged or though you may feel not completely at ease. This emergence is happening, okay? It's happening and it's going to be really good. We have a 7 in emergence, and that's movement forward, okay? So the frequency of emergence invites us to approach our reality with a childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment. That is so Leo. And to watch and celebrate the beauty that unfolds from that place. Oh, you guys, that's so cute. Okay, let's get a personal power for Leo. This is my Deja Druid deck. I've linked it in the description box below if you're interested in viewing it for yourself. I've been in love with it because, as I've said, I do get a lot of relationship messages, and so oftentimes this will bring through a very strong feminine energy, and it also evokes, a deeper meaning every time. It goes so deep, surprisingly. As lighthearted and colorful and vibrant and artsy as it is so deep. So let's see what Leo's personal power is this week. What is Leo's personal power this week? What is Leo's personal power this week? I'm hearing welcome to Leo season. That is right. Some of you guys are definitely having a birthday this week, so happy birthday to those of you who are. I think truly that whatever Leo season is bringing you is a beautiful new beginning, Leo. It is truly a new beginning. I have a higher purpose, you guys. This is so Leo. This whole reading is so Leo. And then we have I am passionate on the bottom of the deck. I mean, how do you even? It's funny because I was just looking at these cards with a butterfly energy, and this is a scorpionic energy of transformation or deeper desires. Okay, so it's kind of ironic that these two would come up, as this one on the bottom of the deck, as this is a 23, which is a 5, and it represents change. Okay, so your higher purpose may be calling the feminines, it may be calling for emergence, and to just truly embrace who you are, despite of what people may think, or how your flower may be judged, or what people may have to say about how you express yourself. It's not important at this time, okay? All the flaws you see on this woman, if you would even call them that, they are absolutely remarkably beautiful, and they make her beyond unique, in my opinion. And so if people do have an opinion about you, Leo, if people do not like you or disagree with how you operate, if they only knew the kind of suffering you've had to go through in order to fully embrace who you are, they would not contemplate this opinion of theirs at all. So I think it's really important for you to embrace yourself fully, for you to emerge who you are fully, and to affirm that you have a higher purpose here, and all the logistics and all of the little people walking around you, distracting you or talking about you or whatever the case may be, it doesn't mean a thing to this sort of light that you're shining. Okay, can't hold a candle to the kind of power that you're exuding, and that's just the truth. So I am passionate is number 4, and I really want to talk about this because this is emergence, where we talk about butterflies, and it's no irony at all or no coincidence at all that I was just looking at butterflies, okay, on my cards, because it is truly a magical emergence that's happening where you may just be completely embracing yourself. And I mean, this is truly powerful, Leo. When you embrace yourself and when you embrace your innate charm and your gifts and your talents and your passion, I'm hearing that no one can hold a candle to you. And someone definitely is having a birthday out there, because that would be very synchronistic, that you're blowing out these candles. The power within you, it's like you are emerging a different person through the darkness or through, your own sheer will of force. It's like you are not taking no for an answer. You are going to spread your wings. You're going to show yourself. You're going to shine your light. And the world is going to know what kind of passion Leo holds within. Let's look at the masculine energy. Now, we all have divine feminine and masculine within us. So even if you're not in a coupled situation, this can definitely show the masculine energy of you wanting to, have a little bit of ambition or goal setting this week. Something that you want to manifest, maybe some abundance or prosperity. It can work both ways. Okay, so let's look at the masculine energy this week for Leo. Show me the masculine energy for Leo, please. I'm hearing individual. So if you are in a couple situation, if you are in a divine union, or even in just a relationship, you could feel very far from this person. You know, and it's ironic because you feel so far, and yet I think that you feel really connected and really aligned at the same time. I'm getting this weird polarity and this, like, you know, gravitational sort of vortex here. Freedom and greatness belong to those who master their day. So whatever this masculine energy is doing is just truly focusing on the now, like what I can do now, what happens now, what happens today. Maybe not trying to think so far ahead in the future, because let's just face it, the way things have been going, it's just been really crazy and unpredictable. So I think that this may actually be a really good avenue to take. So whatever your higher purpose is, it doesn't matter at all unless you try to tackle it today. Whatever your higher purpose and this destiny that we're supposed to be uncovering through working through our comfort zones and challenging the status quo during this eclipse season, it only matters if we do that in the now, because that's the only place you actually have power, okay? So we're looking at freedom and greatness belonging to those who master their day, who don't mess up, who don't make mistakes, who don't slack, who don't dally, who don't slip up. You know, it's like your routine is going to be so important to you this week, Leo. Okay, so let's look at the Spirit Tarot. I'm hearing emotional. So some of you could feel fairly emotional about whatever this calling is, about whatever this transitional energy is. It just seems like there are passions rising up within you. And I think that you're really trying to be divinely guided about some things. You're trying to be divinely guided about some things, and you're grounding like there's no tomorrow. You're grounding like there's no tomorrow. It's like you have to be just right here and right now. That's it. You're just here and right now. That's what I feel. It's this vulnerability of a flower. All right? It's no camouflaging, you know, no making up for, I'm hearing lost cause, no making up for the past, no hiding your flaws, no, you know, wearing masks. You know, I see this woman in the I am passionate card, and it's just like, it's like undressing, I'm hearing undressing a salad. It's kind of like taking all the components and pulling them apart, okay, and really evaluating each piece. And then when you put them together, it's going to look different than it did before, okay? But you're deciding what gets put back together, what's coming together, what's not, okay? Interesting sort of energy there. So we have material and spiritual balance, which is the number 6 of Pentacles. So we're looking at you being very focused on your pentacles, on your money, and this is truly where prosperity begins. So I think that this is a really, really, really good energy to say, look, you found your value. You have found something that you are extremely good at, and no one can deny that of you. Okay, Leo, you have found something that you're really good at, or you will be finding something that you're really good at, and this is how you're emerging. Finally, it's like, you know that spiritual trap that it's like people, you know, who have all of the psychic abilities, or who have all the multidimensional experiences, or are you know, these channelers for, like, you know, aliens or whatever. There's a certain hype about that in the community, right? But then the more subtle energies are actually the more wise energies, because the higher you go, the simpler it gets, okay? The complexity of the spiritual journey can sometimes be really eluding, because you might think, oh, I'm not special, I don't have all these gifts. Or I'm not special because I'm not doing all these crazy things along my journey. Well, I see some of you that have already evolved past those sort of tendencies. And it's ironic, because it's almost an energy where you could you could sort of feel inadequate because of these traits that you seemingly lack. But really what it is that you've evolved past that, and there's no reason for your soul to experience that again. And people, I think, in this energy are sort of realizing that these linear timelines are really alluding to the truth, because time is infinite and we're all souls who have had multiple lifetimes, okay? And so what I feel like is that you're just truly embracing where you are, and that is so simple in context. That is so simple. As to say, I don't need to compare my flower to the other person's flower. And certainly, the other person can't judge me because they don't know the intricacy, or they don't know my journey, or they don't know what seedling I started from. And so there's just something there, you guys. There's something about judgment. There's something about, being caught up in a trap and really allowing yourself to emerge in a more delightful and honest way as to, serve the purpose you were here to serve, and not condemn what that looks like, or not judge what that looks like. Okay? So we have prosperity being that of equal give and take, right? And when we're in true equal give and take, we're looking at the universe, responding accordingly. Okay, so where we put ourselves and the initiative we give ourselves and the worth we give ourselves, it literally translates back into self-worth and money and prosperity. And so I really feel this good energy coming from you. Like, this is the beginning, with this new moon, this is the beginning of a different cycle in your life where you're just inherently valuing yourself differently. You're just, no longer comparing yourself or feeling inadequate or insecure or weak or meek or whatever the case, incomplete. You feel so good, Leo. Whatever this cycle is, it's truly a cycle that I think is beginning for you in such a different way. That is to say, you've maybe gone through... You've maybe gone through several experiences in the past, maybe 2 years, like we were saying, or more, where things have been really difficult and you felt really challenged, or you could have felt a lack of purpose and really had to try hard, really try to find it, very diligently, very difficult, very hard work, very challenging energy. Because that's the cycle you were in. You had to learn that way. Okay, you had to learn through struggle and strife, or you had to learn from tests and challenges. What I'm feeling this is sort of a leveling out of lessons. Like, you're done learning in that way. Now you learn much, much more through self-evaluation, experience, testing things out. Right? It's a little bit more optimistic is the way I see it. So we have rest and rejuvenate, which is beautiful. This is actually the 4 of air. So when we're looking at the 4 of air, we're looking at a lot of contemplation happening, a lot of mental energy happening, which can absolutely exhaust someone when we're looking to level up, or when we're looking to increase, any sort of worth or value in our life. We can become obsessive. And, Leos, you guys are so determined when you're determined. You guys are so competitive when you're competitive. But all that means truly when you're really competitive, or when you stay in that mode for too long, is that you're not cooperative. And so the universe wants you to take a really good look at how cooperative you are with the ease, the patience, the flow, the natural unfoldment of this process. Okay, so as much of a competitive person, or a striving energy that you feel, or something that is so determined in your life to just make it and get it, there is something to be said about resting, rejuvenating, because patience, resilience, and flow are your challenging aspects. And that it couldn't be more true for you guys. So though your energy feels so bright and so clear and so aware and so high and so optimistic and so in tune and so complete and so driven and just so centered and focused, I'm not even exaggerating, it feels so good. There is a point in your week where you will have to rest and rejuvenate, because you're not looking to overachieve, you're looking to balance. You're looking to balance. And I think that this is a really beautiful energy to show that you are, in fact, ready for whatever cycle is unfolding, because you're no longer pushing yourself to extremes so that you can anticipate eventually a major failure or a breakdown or a lethargy, right? Due to your energy just lost. You're, in fact, being much more mindful so that you can be more consistent, so that you can be better, so that you can go further, so that you can commit longer. Does that make sense? So emotional withdrawal, number 8, there is this energy of just vulnerability. This is like, look, if you're not going to answer me, if you're not going to be there for me, if you're not going to support me, I have a higher purpose that I've got to attend to. This is not going to consume my energy. I'm not going to dwell on what other people think. I'm not going to dwell in this area. I'm not going to dwell on this energy. But what I do think is that this is a really sad story for someone, because this is karmic. This is karmic. And if it's a 2-year cycle or even longer, it just feels so unfulfilling. It just feels so unfulfilling. It kind of feels like you have burned yourself out potentially trying so hard for something, and that's maybe for some of you or a group of you. But look at that. The second you let go, Leo, is when this energy can truly make sense to you. Okay? It's when this energy can truly make sense to you. Okay, so then we have movement, choices, and decisions, along with intuition on the bottom of the deck, which is the High Priestess and Third Eye Chakra. I'm not going to take these because they both came out on their backs. This one, again, wanted to come out, okay? So there is some truth, there is some enlightenment, or maybe some communication happening. But look, I did feel in the beginning that these polarities, they're just so far apart. They are just so far apart, and it's such a mess, and it's so confusing, and it's so consuming, or it's so complicated. And then there is this vortex. There's like this epitome that is remaining very still, and it's almost contrastingly, starkly different. So I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but we're looking at just this bigger picture, the longevity and all of the mess and complication of things. And then we're also looking at what remains intact and what is always there, and what really this connection is to whatever you desire, or whoever you're with, or whoever you aspire to be with, or whoever you've been, if we're looking at your past, whatever this situation is. So when it comes time to emotionally withdraw is exactly the time where you get clarity and you've got to move forward, okay? It's exactly the time where, your personal journey is no longer in comparison to another's. It's exactly where, this lack of communication, lack of clarity, lack of understanding, even lies, deceit, and betrayal in some cases, lead you to make a choice. It really does lead you to make a choice. So movement, choices, and decisions. If you see this, he has, 4 doorways in front of him. He's got coins, right, which is money. And this plays a big part in your month, of course. I'm hearing community, okay? Your community, but I think even more specifically what I was going to say is your finances, right? Your outreach, it could be your outreach, the way that you present yourself or market yourself, your business. Then we have the pink doorway, which is marriage, union, love, passion. Then we have the third doorway, which is personal growth, right? This is, stability, safety, security. And then we have the air element, which is enlightenment, detachment, awakening. Okay, and so you have to really choose wisely here, because I don't think that you can walk through all of them. In fact, their shadow here is potentially 1 or 2 doors max, okay, this week specifically. So we're going to be looking at, decisions needing to be made about whether you truly are going to continue to give in equal exchange, or if you're going to continue to give everything that you've given, now that you're emerging in a different way, now that you're knowing yourself more, now that you are coming to terms with the situation potentially. So you are looking for freedom, Leo. You are looking for freedom. And It's going to boil down to how well you take care of yourself every day, how well and committed you are to your own life, to what you do in your time, and how you hold yourself, how much value you have within yourself, okay? Are people still able to devalue you? You know, that's a good question to ask yourself. Are people still able to devalue you? You know, do you still take people's opinions in consideration when, you know, looking at your own reflection in the mirror? There's a big context here for that. So, material and spiritual prosperity. We started out so high and on such a light note, and I don't want to take from that because it truly is such a beautiful energy that you're in. It truly is such a beautiful energy that you're in because you're being granted a choice. You're being granted your destiny, okay, knowledge of where you are to go. And this is much more spiritual in context than I believed in the beginning. You know, this goes really deep. As high as it is, it does go really deep as well. Look at that. Material and spiritual prosperity. I mean, when we're talking about justice, look at this justice card. Oh my God, I just get shivers when I look at her. It's like no one can deny this energy. And this is a Libra energy of balance, harmony, and truly getting what you deserve. Truly getting what you deserve. And so within your financial realm, you're going to be great. And then, you know, within your personal growth, the way that you value yourself, the way you hold yourself, your independence is truly not to be taken lightly, okay? And I think that everyone, Leo, is really looking at you kind of like, where did this Leo come from? Like, what happened to Leo? Like, they found themselves, okay? That's as simple as that. They found themselves. So, this is one hell of a new moon for you, Leo, okay? With the eclipse cycle in Leo and Aquarius finishing out in January 2019, these drastic life transformations have occurred in waves, all right? They've just been like these emotional waves. And I think in context to how these eclipses are now starting for us, it's also very much like waves, okay? And so this could be as much physical and tangible as it is emotional. Yeah, see, with this rest and rejuvenate and emotional withdrawal, I just kind of feel like there's no communication. My throat has been going off the whole time. So, Leo, there's so much self-mastery here, okay? So, what I see is also that the dog days are over for you, Leo. And this new season is shifting your vibration from your second to your first house. And it's time for a powerful realignment within you, okay? And it empowers you. It fuels your practice of discipline, okay? Your finances and the tangibility, your potential. All right, so what this truly tells me is that you have completed some level of self-mastery. And it's, even though, okay, you've been reluctant to express yourself in previous cycles, you are more expressive now, okay, to share with others. You're more willing to share with others what you know. And whether it be, you know, your creative projects, whether it be your personal experiences or your personal truth, you know, you're not holding back. You're giving. And I think that's what's aligning you with your prosperity, spiritually and financially. Look at that. 9 of coins on the bottom of the deck. So I think also, you know, with this rest and rejuvenate and emotional withdrawal, this new moon is going to really prompt you to release what isn't working for you, okay? You do leave an imprint on others because of this, because when you do leave, people are going to be seeing how much you've grown and how much different you are in all areas of your life, potentially. So, needless to say, as emotional as this context could be, leaving the situation, 8 of Cups, as I say leaving, oh my gosh, Yeah, I mean, when you leave this situation, just like this mother and father, it's kind of like, don't go, Leo. Don't go. I know you have to, but don't. You know, they know, they see the courage in you. And this is a very different Eight of Cups. Typically, we see the Eight of Cups with this man who's walking away with his sort of back sunken, and he's so disappointed, and he's terribly, like, fighting himself about leaving. This is so different, isn't it? This is such a different energy, isn't it, Leo? It's like, I've got to go. I've just got to go. Mom and Dad, I love you. I love you, but I gotta go find myself. Okay, so you're doing this freely. You're doing this freely because, you know, you're realizing that if you go in this way, or potentially, you know, if this goes in your favor, it can be big. You could really make an impression on people, or you could get the recognition that you're looking for. But either way, it's really not about other people, is it? It's really not about other people, which is even more powerful when you think about it, right? Because it's not for show. It's really not for show. You're just allowing yourself to shine. You're just allowing yourself to do what you need to do so that you can get yours, Leo. Okay? This is everything that you need to make this happen. Okay? Even though there's an emotional withdrawal here, we have an affirmation, a double confirmation. Okay, these are both Eight of Cups. This is both karmic energy. And, you know, though it may look like you have emotional loss, it's simply leaving what no longer serves you. And so it may not even be in your surroundings. This could be in your past, right? Because needless to say, wherever there has been injustice, it's coming back to you. Okay, it's coming back to you in numerous ways. In numerous ways, not just one. Not just one. So, let's look at movement and choices. Show me movement and choices for Leo, please. Okay, those all just spilled out. I'm not so sure about them, but we're going to look at them. Yeah, I wasn't feeling that, actually. I think my thumb caught them, which happens sometimes, okay? But what I feel like is there could be a tendency to make a rash decision or just a real hasty one to just get out of the emotional context, Leo, which I don't think is the right move to make. I think you really do have to sort of sit with this energy for at least a few days. Okay, before actually making the move. Because whatever choice that you're making, I don't feel that you can really go back on it. Okay, you may not be able to, and that's the sort of spiritual context that you're working with. Okay, we just had like 7 fall out, so I'm going to put them back. I know you want to have more than one choice, or I know you want to make more than one choice, or I know you want to have more than this, right? And that's life. Life isn't fair. Life doesn't give you multiple choices all the time sometimes. You're lucky that you have a choice in this, right? So let's look. Movement, choices, and decisions. The Two of Pentacles energy, right? Not wanting to let go, taking a long time to figure out your finances or where to invest or if to commit. This could also, you know, be a relationship that you're in that's really frustrating you. And it's like, if you're not going to make a decision sometime soon, then I'm just going to have to take that and leave. Or, you know, take that and go on my own way. Because we're already so far, right? I mean, these cards are responding to my words. These cards are responding to my words, and I don't know whether it's you or whether it's your partner, Leo, but I do kind of feel this emotional context, like neither one wants to give in, neither one knows what to do, neither one knows what to say or how to proceed, and there's so much going on, and there's so many people involved, and one person's not making a decision or making the wrong decisions, and so then the only decision to be made may be your own, Leo, and that's the truth. The only decision that may need to be made is maybe for yourself. That one felt better. Okay, Page of Coins, exactly. I mean, we have the Page of Coins and the Two of Coins. Okay. And so with this energy, you know, knowing what you know, it's not going to be easy because I think you really want to wait on this person. I think that they are a very slow moving person or a person that is in deep contemplation, if that's the case. Now we're getting into some very specific energies that may not resonate with everyone, right? But what I do feel for you, Leo, is that you are needing to emerge in some very specific way that is sort of a test from the universe. It is sort of a test. Like, are you able to uphold your standards? Are you able to speak your truth, even, you know, through emotional adversity or through these emotional waves? You know, I promise you that your initiative won't go unnoticed, that people are not just going to forget about you, that, you know, in fact, you have greater horizons to achieve yet, that if you compare yourself and really bubble yourself into this energy this week, it could be really limiting your potential, and that's just the truth. Okay, so we need to be really honest about what we're seeing. We have the Emperor on the bottom of the deck, so this very well could be a relationship. You know, the Page of Coins in reverse could mean that someone's not committing, someone's not taking it seriously. This is a very childlike energy, very immature, not really devoting themselves or whatever, you know? But Leo, look at this. Boom, baby. Boom, baby. This is the Wheel of Fortune. And so this is exactly what we were talking about, the kind of financial karmic wheel that is turning. And this person, you know, God bless them, they could kind of be stuck a little bit. They could not know what to do. They could feel a real pull from the universe to make changes, but they just are really resisting it, I feel like, okay? But either way, Leo, you know, if this is an emotional context, if this is a relationship, if this is you having to leave a situation, know that there is such fortune for you in the future. You know, if not right now, it's just like there's such higher heights for Leo to express and to explore. And you've got to be passionate about it. You really got to find that passion for yourself here. Because yes, the passion has been going out to other people. Yes, the passion has been depleted. Yes, the passion has been absolutely taken and stolen and stomped on. But you have a higher purpose even still. And so I think the real lesson is, how far can Leo truly be pushed? How far can Leo truly be pushed and still bounce back? How far can Leo truly be pushed and still remain so in control of themselves and their emotions? Now, control is a funny thing. You don't want to be overly controlling where you're not feeling anything, because that's not the point. You've got to be open to feeling things this week. But as the Wheel of Fortune turns, there is change. Okay, so whatever your choice is, Leo, I really think that you're headed into a new karmic cycle altogether that's just going to be more enjoyable for you. It's going to be delightful. You're going to be able to emerge more and more like yourself through this next cycle. And regardless of who sees your value or who really supports you or who moves forward with you, this is not about them. It's much more individual, okay? It's about you getting the recognition you deserve, about your personal truth, finishing out drastic life transformations, and really learning to flow with the waves. That's not going to just take you down with the undertow. Okay, so this is a powerful alignment for you. This is a day where you really do get to decide and co-create your destiny in ways outside of the authoritarian energy or the comfort zone that you may be used to. Okay, so your evolved self is calling. Your evolved self is calling, and it's all about patience, resilience, and flow, Leo. Remember that this week and this month. Okay, through the adversity comes peace, comes this beautiful emergence, and it will be a seamless experience. So all you have to do is just let it flow, let it go, let it flow. All right, Leo, thank you so much. What a beautiful energy. I'm going to continue this on Vimeo if you'd like to follow me over. We're going to see what exactly this plays out to, get a little bit deeper if you'd like to follow. The link is in the description box below. And for those who break off here, I wish you a great week. I really enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.